Our sector, this film sector is growing. Those other countries, we are still lagging behind them. But even in East Africa, we seem to be lagging behind a country like Kenya, and I'll give you why. For instance, in Kenya, they now have a commission responsible for film industry, for really promotion of the film industry. The same is already in Rwanda, and is brewing up to come in Burundi and Tanzania. Uganda has also been talking about it, but we haven't done. But Kenya has already done, and they have a film commission which helps to promote and also regulate the industry. And then we also try to do still a lot of copying. We have not yet developed the local contents in terms of our films, which I think is one thing that we need to promote, because countries like India, countries like Singapore, and then even Kenya, our neighbors, they use the local content, and that's what makes the film industry grow, because then the audience would be definitely there. The key things that need to be improved are, one, if we're going to produce the films, they need to be done professionally, and therefore it means that the quality needs to be of international quality. And then the issue of sound is a very, very significant aspect in terms of film, which I think we're still lagging behind. The other thing that I think is still a problem in terms of which needs improvement is to change our people's mental thinking about films. And I think we should move towards films that make people see the value change in the society and how it can be rectified. Definitely yes, because you see, when you bring competition to anything, then definitely you're bringing improvements in quality, and even in terms of the audience and in terms of variety. And therefore, when you bring the competition, the East African Movie Awards, you're already talking about competition. You're saying we want the best, and everybody would strive to come and give you the best. One of the key things that has been happening, and which I think is a problem, which I think we need to address, is that before we go for any sort of awards, we need to set a level playing ground. What do I mean by saying a level playing ground? We need to set our rules and the terms of the awards very clearly. Then we need to train. We give time for the film producers to go through some training or orientations on how to make the best films, so that by the time they're going to make the films, they know the standards and they know what is going to be looked at, and therefore they're going to make sure that the films that they're going to produce, the movies they're going to produce, all of them would be meeting the standards. The difference would only be that this is better than the other, but they would all meet some minimum standards. So training is a component that I think is very key. As Uganda National Cultural Center, our mandate is to preserve, promote, and to popularize culture in Uganda and beyond. The film and maybe the art and so forth are means through which we promote some of these things I'm talking about, culture. If you are to go for these awards, we are going to bring a lot of people together. Now, as you bring a lot of people together, like in the National Theatre, for instance, here, then you are exposing our young talents. Our young people will be exposed to the way films are produced. They're going to be exposed. They will see through the tutors and trainers and educators the things that needs to be in a good film. We want to probably just say that as government, this is something that within our mandate we support, and we would like to see it work and work very well. And I want to call upon the other member states to also own it and be able to support it. That I want all the artists, I want all the business community around. I want all loving Ugandans, and then I want all the East African community members and member states and people within there, and also people all over. That I want to say that there is this thing, and it's a true thing. The East African Movie Awards is there, and I'm calling upon everybody to come and join hands to make sure that the East African Movie Awards is a success.